Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty. Don't look now, but we're experiencing a Democrat crime spree. Who would have believed it? Forget the GOP. Democrats are scared to death of RICO, the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act aimed at organized crime. Democratic politicians are falling like flies. They're being arrested all over the country. You'd almost think the Democratic Party was one big widespread organized crime enterprise. Keep in mind, Democrats are the ones always claiming to care about women, children, minorities, the poor. It turns out this is all a cover for show me the money. While they're busy painting Republicans as mean-spirited, racist, radical, and extreme for wanting to cut spending, reduce the debt, and allow taxpayers to keep more of their own money, Democrats are busy being involved in bribery, fraud, theft, extortion, and gun running. Al Capone and John Gotti would be proud of this scam. Maybe the new slogan of the Democratic Party should be, the party that makes crime pay. This week's Democratic crime spree started with Charlotte Mayor Patrick Cannon. He resigned after being arrested by the FBI on corruption charges in a sting operation. Now, the FBI has charged that the Democratic mayor wanted far more than to help the poor in his city. He allegedly wanted to line his own pockets by demanding bribes from developers for the right to build in his town. He was charged with theft, bribery, fraud, and extortion. Then Rhode Island Democratic House Speaker Gordon Fox abruptly resigned after an FBI raid on his office at the State House. This should come as no surprise to Rhode Island citizens because right next door to Rhode Island is Massachusetts, where the last three speakers of the Democratic House were convicted of felonies. Would it surprise you to learn they were all Democrats? They were Democrat Salvatore De Masi, Democrat Thomas Finneran, and Democrat Charles Flaherty. In California, here's the big one, powerful Democratic State Senator Leland Yee was arrested alongside his partner in crime, a gangster arms dealer. Yee was charged with wire fraud, conspiracy to deal firearms without a license, and illegally importing firearms. Yee allegedly accepted $42,000 for introducing an arms buyer to an arms dealer. Investigators said Yee was helping the arms buyer obtain weapons such as shoulder-fired missiles from a Muslim separatist group in the Philippines in order to repay campaign debts. Wow. Keep in mind, Yee was a big gun control advocate, meaning his goal was to take guns away from honest, law-abiding citizens like you. Quite a scam. Democratic politicians disarm the citizens, leaving them helpless in the hands of thugs who then buy their illegal weapons from the Democrat politicians. I think Democrats have been watching too many reruns of Goodfellas. But Yee was only one of three Democratic senators suspended just last week from the state Senate in Sacramento. Democratic Senator Rod Wright faces voter fraud charges. Democratic Senator Rod Calderon faces federal charges for accepting $100,000 in bribes for passing certain bills. In Philadelphia, the local newspaper reported, this is all last week, that the Pennsylvania Attorney General caught four leading Philadelphia Democratic politicians, all members of the Philadelphia House, red-handed accepting bribes. But the entire investigation was shut down when a new Democrat Attorney General took office. Surprise, surprise. Democrat Attorney General Kathleen Kane claimed the investigation was racist. That's why she had to shut it down. Funny, that's the word Democrats always use when caught with stacks of money in their underwear as they walk out of an FBI sting. Racism. Because all those allegedly accepting the bribes were black, they were members of Philadelphia Assembly's Black Caucus, the Attorney General was able to claim racism. But sources familiar with the sting in Philadelphia say the offers of the bribes were made to both Republicans and Democrats, but only the black Democrats took the money. How's that racism? Just a week prior, another Philadelphia Democratic State Senator, Leanna Washington, was charged with corruption. And then days ago, the Piece de la Resistance, it was disclosed that Democrat U.S. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid from my state, Nevada, gave over $31,000 in campaign funds to his granddaughter for holiday gift expenditures. Nice job if you can get it. Reid claims there was nothing wrong with what he did. Funny, though, the recipient of the $31,000 in gift expenditures was listed on the Federal Elections Commission form as Ryan Elizabeth, not Ryan Elizabeth Reid. He conveniently left off the last name of his granddaughter because it's the same as his. I have news for our U.S. Senate Majority Leader. Using campaign funds for personal use like enriching family members is a crime. Ask Jesse Jackson Jr. You can reach him at the Federal Correctional Complex in Butner, North Carolina. Keep in mind this was just 1 week of a Democrat campaign spree. 1 week of business as usual for the party that claims to care so much about fairness, equality, and social justice. And in this story about Democrats and crime, I haven't even mentioned the bigger stuff. The IRS scandal, Benghazi, Fast and Furious, the AP scandal, the NSA scandal, or the biggest act of criminal fraud in world history. If you like your insurance, you can keep your insurance. Those are the really serious crimes emanating from the Democrat in the White House. I have advice for the GOP in 2014 and 2016. We don't need good candidates to defeat the Democrats. We need good prosecutors. I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week. God bless America.